The language you use when you cut out alcohol is very important in my opinion. Whether you use the word sober, alcohol-free, I stopped drinking, whatever that is, I think it all has a lot of connotation to it and can greatly impact how you feel as the person removing alcohol from your life, as well as how other people around you feel about you removing alcohol from your life. So when I cut out drinking 14 months ago, I struggled with this idea because I was not coming from a background of alcoholism or substance abuse. I just knew that alcohol wasn't really helping me, and I had a social habit of drinking that I really wanted to get rid of. So when I cut it out, I didn't want to tell people I was sober, even though technically that does describe me because I am sober. I felt like there was so much preconceived notion to do with that word in terms of alcoholism, addiction, AA, people having to be touchy around you because of potential triggers and things like that. And although I know that that is a generalization and not everyone who uses the word sober feels that way or is that way, and there's no judgment towards that stuff either, I knew that ultimately using that word would make me feel out of alignment. And I know that some other people feel this way too. I posted an Instagram poll on my Instagram a few months ago and pulled a bunch of people and was DMing some people about, the language they use. And one person said like whenever they use the word sober, everyone gets all like weird around them. And they also just were cutting it out because they didn't want to drink. And so I think the word sober has so much meaning to it that people don't always mean when they use it, that I never felt like it was in alignment. But because I was cutting it out, because I didn't like how I was feeling as much, and I wanted to just have it not be something that obstructed me from achieving my goals, alcohol-free as a term has obviously become more popular, but it also just felt like it fit my situation better. I don't drink alcohol, and alcohol-free is a little more just conversation-friendly. That's the term I use, which is why you'll see it in a lot more of my YouTube content than you'll see the words sober and sobriety. Now, sober and sobriety and those types of words I still use because it still applies to the people I'm talking to on this channel, but I think alcohol-free is a lot more approachable in a lot more ways. And zero proof is another one that people, it's usually talking about a zero proof drink, but I think it's something that people will use to describe themselves as well. Now, I don't want to make it seem in this video like the power of words is everything. And if you call yourself sober, or you call yourself alcohol-free, or call yourself zero proof, like there's all this stuff that comes with it. But I do think if you're somebody who is surrounded by a lot of other people who still drink, the words you use can impact how they treat you socially. It can impact what they might offer you or the types of things that they'll ask as a follow-up, right? If you say, oh, I'm just alcohol-free, then usually that is a more casual conversation than, yeah, I'm sober or I'm living in sobriety or something like that, because that will usually put people a little bit more on guard with all the preconceived notions. And again, I don't think there's any judgment, at least from me, on this. Some people might bring judgment to the conversation, but I think alcohol-free is a lot more approachable. I'm not an expert in the alcohol-free lifestyle or sobriety. I've stopped drinking over 14 months ago and really just make videos on this channel to share what has worked for me in the hopes that it can help other people. But I make this video now just to say that thinking about the language you use might be really helpful if you're facing a lot of difficulty with how quitting drinking is impacting your social life. But I think if you go through a few weeks or months kind of trialing each word, you'll see that the reaction is different, or at least that's how I've felt. Think about the words you want to use, know what preconceived notions they bring with them, and use them accordingly. You don't have to always use the same one if different ones would help you in different situations, but I would just suggest know what each one brings and use them when they feel most appropriate. That's helped me, and I hope that can help you too. If this video was insightful or helpful, then please subscribe to my channel for more alcohol-free, sober curious, and self-improvement videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.